My name is Peggy, and I'm an Anglican priest from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm also a registered nurse. In 1980, I was finishing my junior year in college, and I had had a year of partying and fun more than studying. I also found myself pregnant. I went home at the end of the year, and I laid in my bedroom alone at night, and I negotiated with God. I asked him that if I could pass my courses, it would be all right if I was pregnant. Because if I failed any of my nursing courses, it would be a disgrace and a shame to my family. But if I was pregnant, nobody else would know about it except me. At least that's what I thought. I had given no thought to how this affected the father of my baby. He was part of the crowd that we hung out with in school. And suddenly, he quit hanging out with us. We never talked about the fact that I was pregnant and had an abortion. The only discussion we had was when he asked me when I returned to school in the fall if I received the money. And I said, yes, it's taken care of. I'd given no thought to anyone else's future, but I'd given much thought to mine. I believed that an abortion was going to end and solve my problems. After all, I couldn't be a successful nurse if I had a baby and I was a single mother. So again, I had never given any thought to what it might do to the people involved in my life. First, there were my friends at nursing school. As I said, we all hung out together. Steve was a part of that crowd, and then suddenly he was gone. Nobody asked why. It just seemed kind of odd that he quit being a part of our group. Next, there was my boyfriend, my future husband. As things got serious with us, I knew that I would have to tell him about my abortion. And when I did, at that time, neither of us thought that it was really a big deal. It was just something that happened in my past. As we grew in our faith, as the Lord continued to call us closer to Him, it did become a bigger deal. And it became an even bigger deal when we tried to start a family of our own. Through years of infertility treatment, I believed that this infertility was my punishment for the abortion that I had had. So I pushed Scott further and further away, and the infertility became my problem, not a problem that we could share, not a situation that we could address together. But by God's grace, we were able to get through that piece. Finally, the last person who was affected by my abortion, at least I believe, was my daughter. Through all those years of infertility, it became abundantly clear to us that we weren't going to have a baby. But by God's grace, Molly came into our lives through adoption. I knew that as I became silent no more, I would have to tell her about my past and about my abortion. When I did, she just said, well, thanks for telling me, Mommy, I love you. But I knew that she really heard the pain and the suffering that I'd been through and all the bad decisions that I made as a result of it. I knew that she understood the special bond that I had with my sisters and brothers from Rachel's Vineyard. I knew that she understood the special bond that Scott and I had because we finally shared with the Lord our own feelings about this abortion. I've decided to become silent no more because I know that when you walk into that clinic, when all those young people out there decide to have an abortion, they're going to be fed the same lies. And they're going to make the decision in isolation or with somebody else who believes those lies. They're going to think that their abortion is only affecting them. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't just affect you. It affects many, many people in your lives. It's affected us. It affects my daughter. It affects so many people. To this day, I'll never know how it affected the father of my baby. I've not yet spoken to him about it, and I pray that someday I'll have the courage to be silent no more in front of him.